in the fires of hope and prayer,
with boundless faith in our destiny,
we solemnly declare.
Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea. This our native land. We pledge our lives to thee.
Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place.
And may God bless our nation.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.
Breaking Dawn on this Emancipation Day, and tell you what, we are in Antigua and Barbados. Most of you know, we're here until next week, Thursday. Today is Carnival Friday. It is also Emancipation Day. Looking behind me, you see the sun isn't out yet because it's a bit slightly overcast. So, you know, the weather didn't really permit us to be out close to the sea where we could to the beach where we could hear the waves crashing in and that kind of thing, the little waves. But nevertheless, we are here at the Siboney Beach Club, and we are raring to go this Emancipation Day. Now, we have Mr. O'Brien Haynes who will join us from Barbados. I understand there's an event in Barbados that is currently taking place, and we're going to see if we can get some footage to you through Obi, who is on the ground in Barbados covering crop over. All right. In the first hour here, as usual, we will look at what took place in Trinidad and Tobago over the last 24 hours. I see one very, very disturbing headline. Disturbing. Yeah. It's very, very disturbing. I don't like it at all. I do not agree with it, but we'll get to that. All right. So we have lots happening on the ground here. All right. Basically, tonight, I think it's the Calypso competition. They kind of have things a little different here in Antigua and Barbuda. Our the March Gras competition, which is Calypso, is on the Calypso Monarch is on the Sunday. They have it on the Friday. Panorama is tomorrow night. And the Panorama, I think, takes you straight into Breakfast Fete, right? Which takes place Sunday morning, Breakfast Fete 268. All right. That is Doc Big Fete. Baba, what's going on? Morning to you. And that is the big one. That is the one packed with, you know, artists after artists after artists. Band after band after band. Drinks after drink after drink. Food after food after food. It's unlimited. It is, listen, it is the best all-inclusive fete that you will go to or get a ticket for in Antigua and Barbuda. No competition. All right? Second to none. Now, we want to get into the news day here, as we usually do every morning. And I'll tell you what that disturbing headline is here, not yet though. Of course, it is Emancipation Day, and the Prime Minister has praised the African people for resilience. Arima Borough celebrations will begin. Beckel says the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. Marabella man dies in car crash. Williamsville man, age 24, denied bail on gun and ammo charges. Udicott stands firm in blaming the judiciary for courthouse repair delays. The Ghanaian delegation meets with the Prime Minister. And we also have 345 bursaries to be awarded this year. And SOE detainees deny wanting to kill the DPP and other attorneys. Eli Sakur, the Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation, he said that disqualified drivers will be able to re-qualify for free. Minister of Education says we'll hire 100 more TechVoc teachers. And the president is saying, let's heal from slavery. You want to heal from slavery in 2025? You all are still trying to heal from slavery? I mean, I don't know. I think that is the problem. I think a big part of the problem is one must know their history, you know, and you must have respect for history, because without history, we wouldn't be here, right? But, you know, it's amazing that they can say, let's heal from slavery, when in the modern era, in this era, in the current era, slavery still exists. It just exists in a different format. And nobody seems to want to deal with that and fix that system, right? Nobody wants to do that because it benefits people in a particular circle. So, you know, it's just the old talk we just get. You know, let me heal. Let's see. Let's hold hands and sing Kumbaya. Ashra to appeal cheating student ruling. Schools will become unmanageable. And it's the ex-Children's Authority head. He has been granted bail on the sex charges against a minor. And people were like yesterday, remember I said yesterday, Newsday had it at a public figure. They didn't have it as the ex-Children's Authority head. And then after, when I came off the air, I saw one side people sent me the article. And people was like, well, who you can trust now, boy? The Children's Authority head, the former Children's Authority head, is on a sex charge against a minor. First Citizens reports $344 million in profit. And I see here that Colin Mitchell has been re-elected as a Chinese Association president. And 8 have been held in police SummerSlam operations in Mayaro. Well, SummerSlam is the big pay-per-view this weekend. WWE, for those of you following WWE and the whole universe there, SummerSlam is big, and this is the first year it's going to be a 2-day SummerSlam, eh? Yeah, so tomorrow and Sunday, SummerSlam, daddy. I know all of you watch it, I know all of you watch wrestling. The greatest production ever, wrestling. Everything is performed live, there is no take two. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Now, to the disturbing headline that I was talking about a little while ago. The director could probably 1,400 tickets to me. The 1,400 tickets. Oh no, hold on. It's not the matter that a police officer, one police officer alone, had out 1,400 tickets. February and June. Hold on. Want to see that headline there? Officer awarded for issuing over 1,400 tickets in 6 months. Hold on. Police Constable Karen Sanka was rewarded by the TTPS for issuing 1,427 traffic tickets between January and June. Sanka, who is from the southern team of the Highway Patrol Operations Unit, was recognized at a police commendation ceremony at Police Administration Building, Port-au-Spain on July 31st. And Sanka told Newsday his hypervigilance and focus, and focus led him to this achievement, and he encouraged other officers to exercise the same discipline in execution of their duties. 4 other officers were also awarded for their generous ticket distribution over the same period. PC Stephen Clark issued 970 tickets. PC Anthony Joseph issued 734 tickets. WPC Nada Warner issued 718 tickets, while WPC Cheyenne Skeet issued 670 to errant drivers. Assistant Commissioner of Police Richard Smith thanked Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara for implementing the recognition ceremony, saying, quote, "This is a momentous occasion where we can come here together and receive commendations which go a long way in motivating officers." Okay, hold on. You telling me one man in 6 months gave out 1,427 traffic tickets, and you telling me we gave them awards for this now? We having an award ceremony for police that hand out the most tickets? I ain't agree with the commissioner on this one, you know. Traffic tickets. The guys always say traffic tickets. Hold on. Let me say 30 by 6. That's 180 days, eh? Yes, no. Right. So basically, on average, in that 6-month period, he would have hand out on average approximately 8 tickets a day. 8 a day. Come to 1,427 tickets over 6 months. 8 tickets a day. You understand? Yeah, oh yeah, but I put in Sunday too. Wait, hold on. I checked that wrong. That would have been 4 by 24. So I minus 24 from that 180. All right, if I minus 24 from that one, that would have taken about 156. So that is 156. So that is 1,427 divided by 156. All right, a little over 9 tickets a day. Right? Well, it's true. He went on a ticket, yeah. He probably went on a ticket issuing spree. Look, I mean, it's easy to do that calculation if you're a police officer and you want to award next year, right? You know, you had a hand over about 10 a day. But right, 1,427, then the record I don't have, right? How much? 9.7, I don't 10 a day. And I'll get there. Listen, I do agree with this, you know. I understand you want to give them an award and everything, you know, but a lot of these tickets could be contested, right? So is one thing to issue a ticket. Is our next thing to issue a ticket that actually stick? Or how many of the 1,427 tickets issued were up for being contested and things like that? Because we know that the drivers will always complain when they get a ticket. And this is in no way to encourage errant drivers. I'm just saying that, you know, motivating officers to give out tickets. I ain't too excited about that one. Because we know how the thing does go. You understand? And you know you have bad mind police too, right? If they don't like you, they just, any little thing, they hit you a ticket, eh? You understand? So, I ain't too sure about that one. The other headline that I want to take a look at is, where was it? I commented here now, eh? It's somewhere, I saw it, you know. It has to do with Wayne Sturge. You have the Sturge headline? Oh, look at here. Yeah. Sturge slams stand your ground media sensationalism. We spoke about this yesterday and the way that the media sensationalizes everything. Defense Minister Wayne Sturge has slammed the media for what he termed as sensationalism in some reports on his contribution during public consultations on proposed stand your ground legislation, which seeks to legally empower people to use deadly force to protect themselves and loved ones during home invasions. Now, in a release on July 31st, Sturge claimed to have seen song bites of portions of the consultations, and it was necessary for him to give context as a number of statements made by him were not reported in the context in which such statements were made. He said that during all consultations he appeared at, it was made clear that the proposed legislation deals with situations unfolding during a home invasion. On July 29th, he was a featured speaker at a pre-budget and stand your ground consultation at the Sangre Civic Center, and of which, of course, he's the MP for Sangre Toko, remember that, right? And Sturge in the release said the proposed legislation does not seek to alter the common law of necessary self-defense in situations which occur outside of a home invasion. He added that it was stated very clearly that the law of necessary self-defense entitles a homeowner to strike first if he honestly believes he is the subject of an imminent unlawful attack. And thirdly, it was made clear that the exception would be where the person or people seeking to gain entry into a homeowner's premises are in fact law enforcement officers acting in the lawful execution of their duties. And if that be the case, a homeowner would not be acting in necessary self-defense if he from the circumstances knew or ought to have known. All right? And he went on to say that regrettably the media chose to use portions of song bites to generate sensationalism rather than to put statements in their fullest context. Now, this is why when they come to your community for the pre-budget and the stand your ground consultations, you go out and make yourself present so that you can clearly hear and clearly understand what they are saying. Context. I talk about this in the past. We cannot read headlines alone without putting context to the headline. Sometimes you read a headline in the paper and it has absolutely nothing to do or very little to do with what the actual story is. All you understand what I'm saying? Or the information in the story. And we just take the headline and run with it now. Right? You must put context to everything. And I spoke about that for years. All right? We live in a world where song bites is everything. 30 seconds of this, 15 seconds of that, 20 seconds of this, 5 seconds of that. And we don't take time to understand the whole picture. We just want to take a little piece of it and pass our judgment. So, to avoid any sensationalism from the media, go to the consultations when they come to your community and hear what they have to say. All right? So, 18 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock. I want to take the first break this morning, and we're going to do so right now. And while we take this first break, when we return, I'm going to open the phone lines. The number to call at that time will be 327-7400. So make sure and have your phone in hand. We're going to take your calls when we return. It's Breaking Dawn. It's Emancipation Day. We in Antigua and Barbuda. We're gearing up for later. Hey, stay with us. We'll be back after this.
Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
After a fantastic show last Saturday at Supper, it's now your turn for the Spain to give the birdie his flowers in. Thank you, Sparrow. This Thursday, July 31st at Napa. Showtime, 6 p.m. Celebrating the birdie include Chuck Gordon, Rodney McIntosh, Devon Seal, KB Charles, Zachary Ransom, Terry Lyons, Pink Panther, Oscar B, College Boy Jesse, and Luther. Just say thank you, Sparrow. All happening on this Thursday, July 31st at Napa. Showtime, 6 p.m. Your host is the Blinger himself, Sonny Bling. Tickets going fast, so get yours now.
For more info, call 491-1802.
Thank you, Sparrow.
I'm looking for a magic for this disaster of a war.
You need a master plan.
A what?
Kaleidoscope Weather Master Exterior Latex Emulsion. It stands up to our wicked sun and crazy rain. It shields against fading, protects against mildew, and is crack resistant. This paint so tough that it is tried and tested against British standards and formulated with European raw materials.
Kaleidoscope Weathermaster Exterior Latex Emulsion, the premium outdoor paint that protects and shields against fading. Available at hardware and Kaleidoscope color shops nationwide.
Most popular psychic and spiritual healer, Master Santosh G. Are you worried about the problems?
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47 Lot 612 Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47 Lot 612 Trace in Pinal, reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
All right, people, so we're back on Breaking Dawn, and just to let you know, we will be touching base with Mr. Haynes within, at the start of the second hour, around 7:10, same time like yesterday. We're going to link up with him, find out what's going on in Barbados, and, give you some of the sights and the songs here in Antigua and Barbuda. We are also preparing to, a little bit later on this morning, probably go over to the Antigua Recreational Ground. All right. Once it permits, we're gonna see if we could link up with D-Life somehow or the other. All right, fellas. We see we link up on D-Life. D-Life over the Antigua Recreational Ground. All right, where the local network ABS is currently transmitting, and I understand they have a few people that's going to be on this morning, and we'll probably link up with them at some point in time or the other. I'll let you know when. In the meantime, just in the context of what I just spoke about, where this award was given to the police for issuing over 1,400 tickets. One police officer, that is one policeman, issue over 1,400 tickets. All right, so let me see if we can get your thoughts on that. I will take some calls, 327-7400. We did let people know throughout the week that we would be on this morning, tomorrow morning, and Sunday morning, which is something that we usually don't do on Breaking Dawn. We don't really broadcast on a holiday, things like that. But we're on this morning, and I'd like to get your thoughts on that. The officers are being awarded for issuing of over 1,400 tickets in a 6-month period. That is one police officer. And just the other day, we had all the bacchanal with the demerit points and how that was being applied. But I mean, I know the government has rolled back on that to some extent, but they've kept certain elements of it. But we had a lot of complaints from a lot of people on some of the tickets that they were getting at that point in time. So I ain't too keen on this one, boy. That is a little too much for me. The other thing too, in the press conference yesterday, gentlemen, right? Did you hear the Minister of Education? He has extended the July-August vacation by 1 week. Why that do happen when we go to school? Run, I sent you a clip there with him. It's about 18 seconds long. All right, run that for me. This is the Minister of Education making a comment yesterday.
This term, school will now, the Cabinet has approved an extension of the vacation period by 1 week. And so the first term, school will now be open on the 8th of September 2025. The Cabinet.
Okay. Was any reason given as to why they extended by a week? I mean, I know they say here in the paper this morning that they're going to be hiring, what was it? They're going to hire 100 more tech work teachers, okay? But outside of that, is there any reason that was given for extending the July-August holidays by a week? I didn't hear any reason given. So I'm very concerned. I'm not concerned. I'm very confused. I don't know if it has something to do with the 100 tech work teachers. I don't know if it has something to do with repairs. Let me go down into the article and find out. Yeah, it's probably in there, but I read a good piece and I didn't see it. Nope. They said they're working with the Teaching Service Commission to fill as many vacancies as possible. Right, Daulat also announced an extra week of vacation for pupils before they return to school, which he said would now commence on September the 8th. He said this change would help reduce the usual burnout of all parties in the first term. But still ensure that no teaching time was lost. I don't know about that one, you know. An extra week for July, August vacation. And it seems like a permanent fixture too. Huh. Right? That, I don't know, boy, the burnout, boy. Burnout of students, parents, teachers. But that means parents now have to accommodate for the children being home for an extra week, which they may not have accommodated for, not so? Your child home for 8 weeks. After the second week, parents and son get fed up with the children being home. Now they are not accommodating them for an extra week. Okay, we'll see how that goes. I wonder if you'll get Ash Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off too. Oh, good Lord of mercy. So I'll tell you what, those are some of the headlines in the paper. 6:31. There was one other headline I think that caught me, you know, between last night and this morning, because you know, everything is happening in Trinidad, you know. Oh, the fourth murder. I was bitterly disappointed to see this. Let me see if I find it. Yeah, look at it right here. The fourth murder. You have it? Okay. Right, there it is. This one is a bit troubling as well. Two people, one of them a 17-year-old student and football player, was shot dead in Arima in the latest act of deadly gun violence. And the murder of Kimani Dyer, age 17, not only caused shock and sorrow among his family, but also among students and staff at the Arima North Secondary School, which he attended and which he also represented on the football field. And he is the fourth youth footballer to be murdered in less than a year, with all four being students at one time or another of the Arima North Secondary School. That is interesting. That all four were at some time students of the same school, which is Arima North Secondary, right? Now, I know the other day there was this youth man, I think he was 16 or 17, I think that was in Maloney, where there was a shooting and a bullet hit him and he died and things like that, right? Look, somebody's telling me here, nothing wrong with the officer giving out 1,400 tickets. However, he should be rewarded based on how many of the tickets were challenged and how many were upheld. Should the tickets be challenged in court? And if some were not upheld by the court, what were the reasons? And could bias and vindictiveness be a reason? That's the same thing I was saying a little while ago, before we went to the break. It's based on how many tickets were not contested, right? Because you could issue how much of a ticket you want to know, but if it's contested, it's a different story, right? But back to the youth man here to get gunned down in Arima. I remember the youth man from, I think it was Maloney, that was gunned down. And I keep saying, look, we really, really need to get a grip of not only the crime situation, but we need something going for these youths where they feel safe. And I keep mentioning the police youth clubs. I keep mentioning that. So I am waiting to see what happens with the police youth clubs and how much funding they are given coming out of the new budget, which will take place in a few months. between September and October. All right? I am looking on and I am waiting to see what happens with that. All right? Now, I know people are accustomed to us being on this hour or on days like today, but I do see I have a few missed calls, so I'll call them back. Let me see if the person answers. We'll call them back. I see a couple missed. Right, the door saying ringing. We now saying ringing. We're cooking the gas now. We are cooking with gas. Emancipation Day all across the Caribbean, people. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. I see you tried to call in, so I said let me call back.
Yeah, Stefan, the case with the 1400 tickets, I watching you. How Antigua, boy?
Antigua nice, man.
Right.
Relaxing, stress-free.
It's relaxing, but I find you looking a little sleepy on TV, man.
Nah, well, yeah, we now shake up and wake up now, eh? We had a late one last night. Yeah. Nah, we had a late one. Last night was the government big fed. That was melting pot. That Marshall Montano was the headliner, so that went till wherever, it went till wherever. What time we reaching? About after 4? Yeah, we reaching about after 4. We had to come straight here and set up. It wasn't easy.
Yeah. So on this thing with the school, the first semester is 15 weeks, and the next 2 is 12 weeks, right? Each.
Yes.
What the minister tried to do was lessen down the amount of weeks. That's why he talk about burnout.
Oh, okay.
The first one is very long.
Okay.
So that is why he gave an extra week.
Okay.
So that the students and the teachers won't be burnt out.
All right, well, I understand that now.
Yeah.
What do you think about the office? What were the officer getting an award for the amount of tickets?
The officers and them, I mean, they must be awarded.
Yeah.
But we have to be very careful about what we are awarding to. Because you're giving officers now leeway to spread ticket on people.
Right.
You know? You're giving officers that thing, all right, I award this month. So I'm going to give out 1,000 tickets for this month.
Right.
You know? So we have to be careful. I don't mind recognizing an officer for his hard work.
Yeah.
But I do think that we should be very careful. The commissioner has to be very careful of what he's promoting.
Correct. All right, thanks, man. Yeah, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I know the commissioner is trying to boost morale too within the police service. So maybe these awards that this award that he's giving out is something to raise the morale of officers, something for them to look forward to. But not when it comes to the custody. We have to be careful with that. Because people are motivated by far less. Morning. Yeah, good man.
Yeah, I called to tell you. Now, while I understand the situation with Alexander, the new Homeland Security Minister, and the tickets to boost morale and thing, I have a problem with that, right? I don't think a police officer should be simply awarded for issuing tickets. That is opening up, opportunities for corruption. If
Right.
the man had 1,400 convictions in 3 months period, in a 3-month period, let me say for some reason or the other, everybody going to court and plead guilty, they didn't even contest it. Well, then he should get an award for that. But issuing tickets alone is not something I would want to issue or continue to promote just the issuance of tickets. It come like I could lock up 1,000 people and all of them get off before the court when it reach before the court, and I get an award for locking up 1,000 people. That just wasting an award.
Correct.
Right, so I listen off it.
Yeah, man. I like that point. Yeah, I think it should be based on convictions as well. Not tickets, but convictions. All right? How many were found guilty? Morning. Yeah, morning. Hello?
Yes.
Ah,
Good
morning,
morning,
morning.
Stefan.
Yeah, what's up? Go ahead.
There's a long delay. I'm still here in Judson talking.
Serious? No, but that's
Yes.
no, but remember, you listen to that. That's on the television. No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Right. So I'm like saying, listen. I know a certain female from South would have issued over 5,000, and she
What?
wasn't rewarded. Yeah, 5,000. You understand? But relative to the Minister of Education, right?
Uh-huh.
And he talked about the burnout and stuff, right? But they are also doing repairs to to some of the schools
Yeah, yeah.
that are in dire need. You understand? And while Lumpkin don't come out and protest about that, so he prefer get the extra week, right? For no
Who
work.
Lumpkin?
You understand? Yes.
Well, maybe he didn't have time to respond yet. Maybe go hear a response by Monday.
No, let him jump out now, man. You understand? That is what people have to understand. And you saw, I don't know whether you saw this, with Alexander. You mind if I continue?
Sure,
Just
go
1
ahead.
minute. Yes. So, when Surge come out and say even if the person is retracting, you could still fire after him and stuff. And Alexander demonstrated it because somebody could appear as though they're retracting, but they point in the firearm at you. So it's
Yeah.
a touchy subject, but you have to know how to operate.
Correct.
Stefan, Barak Boys MIA?
That's right. When you're not hearing from Barbados, it's because you're on vacation.
Yeah, but you could still WhatsApp anyway. He abandoned us, all right, no problem.
Nah, he does do that every July, August. He just take the family on a vacation.
Right. I know the man. Right.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Thanks. Take care.
All right. I'll take our next one here. Look my police partner. Well, I'm a police partner, but the man who was talking about the police and said they had to do the job. More than, is this doing your job and is this the proper reward we're looking for police officers?
Well, for him to issue that amount of tickets, it means that he really on the job, doing the job.
Right.
So the thing about it, whatever motivates officers, but if this is a success story, that by doing these things, you're keeping the road safe and having people to understand that they must do the right thing, we want them to do the same thing for crime and all too. The other crimes like robberies and the other things that are going on. So all you have all yourself ideally located strategically along the place, that when calls come in, all respond in the same time and hold these criminals. So on the home invasion, I wouldn't have to use the law. While I accept the law and I'm happy about it because I hear them talking, but if a fella come in my yard, do I know his intention? I can read mine. I have a crystal ball. Once you enter the place, I should have the right to defend myself. But my thought is, the same way you're issuing ticket, if you catch these guys, they won't come in my place.
Right.
Things will be different.
Yeah.
So we have to look at things all along. So the performance of the police must be all wrong, not just only in tickets to keep the road safe, but to keep me safe too. So I wouldn't have to do that. Because I was asking a question. If I'm issued a firearm and the old lady next door who living alone is under attack from criminals and she calling for help, can I come out now and shoot somebody in she yard?
Yeah.
And they tell me, no, I can't do that. I can only defend my space. So there are many questions that has to be asked and answered. So we need to look at things now from the perspective of the safety, but the police are there to protect and serve. So do all the job the same way issuing tickets and give them for a reward for holding bandits and whether you secure a conviction or not, at least you're going after the criminal.
Yeah.
Do all the job. I want you to do all the job, we will feel safe and the country will be better. As far as the schooling thing is concerned,
with the extra week,
there are many issues in the schools, but they yet to find a proper balance and they will have their reasons. It ain't really the burnout as far as I'm concerned. I think they need more time to repair the school properly and do the things that they really need. And Mr. Lumpkin, he's a good guy. He looking for more money for the teachers and them.
Right.
Everybody deserves that. Right? But my issue is this. why only increasing the pension for pensioners? Because we have to pay the same price in the grocery too.
But that's true, eh?
Yeah, we have to pay the same price. So in that now, and then the free medicine like giving is the cheap end of the medicine. And the expensive one, the pensioners pay for that. And pensioners have been to take care of the grandchildren. They come like the daycare people seeing about the grandchildren until the parents come.
Correct.
So there are many things that they have to do and look at and all too. But I mean, they know in office and they have to listen. Not just have the consultation and you write down a few things and then you throw it in the bin. Listen to what people are saying.
All right.
And help people as long as you could afford.
All right,
have
man.
a good weekend, man.
Yeah, man.
Make sure and don't jump up too much when you come get tired in here.
If what?
Make sure and don't jump up too much when you come back home, you're tired like that.
Oh, God, now, but then see, I done exhausted already this morning.
Yeah, and then chef and this, I know you can't get fat.
Exactly. Well, boy, I don't know about that. Kind of. The chef here like it's the same. Like, all them chef like they're the same. Alright, man. The coconut curry shrimp? The coconut curry shrimp, I had some coconut curry shrimp. Last night was Caribbean night at the hotel here. So we came down early. These fellas had the normal stuff. Chris went with a portion of wings and a creme brulee. He come for dessert, you know. I wish I could have been like that, you know. Dessert he come down for dinner, you know. When you're young and your metabolism working, I guess you could do that. You get spaghetti and meatballs. You get the hidden menu. I didn't know it had spaghetti and meatballs being served. I didn't know you could have ordered that. I love that, you know. I do that 7 days a week. Yeah. You get through. All right. I hear you. The man say with that he get through, yes. Nobody, the coconut curried shrimp, it tastes good. Morning.
Hello, good morning.
No, my belly, I'm feeling nice and light, nice and ordinary. Yeah, morning, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, morning. No, I have no problem with the police service having such a award and recognition program and thing for the employees,
Right.
the officers and them. But I don't believe the focus should just be on the same ticket. It should be based on the overall performance of the officer, because of the fact that somewhere in there can highlight like the interaction with the public and that sort of stuff now.
Right.
So it shouldn't just focus on issuing tickets and that sort of stuff. You would see on social media a lot of members of the public as well would highlight their displeas and the grievances against officers when they issue these tickets. Take for instance, recently we had a guy who indicated he wasn't driving on his shoulder, yet he got a ticket for being driving on his shoulder. And many of the times people wouldn't go into the courts and contest these things because of the time and the stress.
It's frustrating. It's a frustrating process.
For instance, I got a ticket a time for a blown ID light. I could be driving my vehicle, you understand, I could do my inspection of my vehicle before driving off.
Yeah.
And somewhere hit a pothole and I could go off. Me going in no court and take up no time and think to go in no court to deal with that. You understand? So
Yeah.
I believe they should look at take a step back and look at the award or rewards and recognition program, and based on whichever department the officer might be working in and thing, award them accordingly for that.
All right.
Officer sitting in the station taking reports, judge them based on how they interact with the public and and that sort of stuff. And that's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, man. Well said. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Yeah, a little skeptical with this award thing for police to be issuing tickets, yes. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, man. What's going on? Go ahead. Hello?
Morning, Mr. Stefan.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, you said 9 tickets a day?
Average 9, about 9 tickets a day.
Over 6 months period. Well, over the 6 months period, they could do 9 tickets in 15 minutes on the bus route, Remember that? So if the man stop in the bus route for 6 months, I thought the 100 nothing.
Wow. All right.
Ain't nothing. Right? That's that alone.
Yeah.
No tail light and no this and no nothing. Well, yes, the Minister of Education did give his explanation for the extended week. I surprised, you see, I read a whole news article and they didn't speak about it. It wasn't printed in the article whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't printed in the article why he gave the extra week.
No, well, in the article, what they're saying, you're talking about Daulat now.
Yeah, Mr.
He said it's for burnout.
Do you give a better explanation on that?
Well, what the paper, let me tell you what the paper have. Right, Daulat also announced an extra week of vacation for pupils before they return to school, which he said would now commence on September the 8th. He said this change would help reduce the usual burnout of all parties in the first term, teachers, pupils, and parents, but still ensure that no teaching time was lost.
He spoke about school, he spoke also about school repairs, and then he gave an explanation and he break down. I'll go find the clip had to be around somewhere.
Yeah.
And he broke down the amount of weeks it is have for school and holiday between this vacation and that vacation and try to balance it out whatsoever. But anyway, this whole 2 months parliament, prorogue, and 2 months school vacation, that come from colonial time, right?
Right.
That when the white man with the white hair used to go back England to visit the mommy and the daddy and the wife and the children and thing on a boat. Right? So this is from colonial time. 2 months vacation, prorogue, and holidays for the judiciary and thing.
Yeah.
That from since the time when the Queen run me. So we in 2025, the Queen and run me set, right? We independent.
Right.
And we ain't taking a boat to visit my mommy in England. So it's 2 months thing to come down to a month. But I know the teachers ain't gonna like that one. Can't touch out that 10 foot.
Not that July, August vacation, Panda.
Ain't touching that with that 10 foot pole. You understand?
That vacation outside of vacation.
Yeah. That was pro.
Well, I was kind of surprised to find out that teachers will still get holidays.
I mean, surprised, you know that?
No, but I tell myself when they go for Easter and they go for July, August, and they go for Christmas. That's years ago I'm talking about it. That years ago. That's like over like 20 years ago or something. So I used to think that was their holidays. And then come to find out that they actually get holidays outside of that.
They work at the trade union. They get holiday fair.
Wow.
Very good.
That's a real holiday.
I surprised I see it this morning on TV because I know it's Emancipation Day. It doesn't be around on a holiday, but you're in a different country, so.
No, well, what happened is Emancipation Day, but it's also Carnival Friday.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so tonight is like the big Calypso competition, and tomorrow is Panorama. Huh?
CC Winans was performed last night, solo concert.
I saw that. Tons of people in that concert. That was great to see. As a matter of fact,
to see the youth was out.
Yeah.
Was out. Yeah, she performed. I saw snippets that I wasn't able to go down, but
right.
We had an international performer perform in Trinidad and Tobago. She came, she performed, right?
Yeah.
She didn't send no video and say she ducking out. You understand? The Hennessy influence.
And she ain't charge that kind of money either.
Yeah, I know Hennessy, I know the Sensimilia influence there either too.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, good morning, right.
Yeah, man. Just on that CC Winans concert, I'll come back to the phone line in the second hour. Mr. Monroe, before we left for Antigua and Barbuda, there was a press conference, and I mentioned this, I believe it was a Friday, before the same day we left. I mentioned it that morning, where he is having a big gospel show on the 6th of December at the Queen's Park, Savannah. All right, I believe it's called Divine Harmonies, and it will involve choirs from all across Trinidad and Tobago, right? And they're competing for $100,000 first prize. So he's looking to expand it in time to come to a regional thing and maybe even international. You know, we used to conduct it with the Soca Monarch and bring in these international people and big actors and things just to witness the Soca Monarch. And Soca Monarch came from nothing but an idea into into what it was under Mr. Monroe, you know, up to the time that he had it. So this gospel competition, or this choir competition that is coming up on the 6th of December, it is the same day as Breaking On Christmas Party, but we know it's two different kind of crowds that we're talking about. So we're going to pump both of them as hard as possible. We look forward to seeing people come out to the Christmas party as well, which will be a free drinks event. But just on the back of CC Winans coming, you never know what you're going to get with Mr. Monroe. Eh? He always have a surprise up his sleeve. But I saw the crowd. And I say, you know what? It's great. Because it means that, you know, when we walking around thinking that gospel music, people don't understand how big gospel that genre is, you know. Gospel music. The people that go to these churches and they be whatever religion, but the people that go and they worship every week and they go out to these events, you know. They don't hold back, you know. All right? And I was a bit shocked when I saw the price of Mr. Monroe thing because it's only $160 if you want to go general, and VIP is only $300. And I couldn't understand that. I said, we're going mad. But I imagine tickets will be out soon for it. And you could look forward to that. Another big show that will be happening in the month of December, Divine Harmonies. So make sure and look out for that. But CC Winans, that crowd was massive, boy. You understand? You know how to bring dancehall artists and things to sell out the place, you know. Gospel artists, boy, will sell it out for you, boy. All right? Now, we came in about, I'm being told here, it was 4:26 a.m. We came in this morning from Melton Pot. Melton Pot was, I'm telling you, it was off the charts this year. We'll have some footage of that for you by tomorrow. Because we couldn't get the footage together for today because of the hour we came in, right? And then what happened? Melton Pot took place at the Antigua Recreation Grounds. So we were down there last night. We wasn't going to leave until Marshall performed. So it's only when Marshall done perform, well, you know what I mean. And we end up, by the time we take down everything to come back here to put on the show this morning, we have another team that had to go out this morning. So it had some fellas who came back in, like D-Life and them. D-Life and them come in, they take a fresh, and they went back to the Antigua Recreation Ground this morning because ABS is conducting their morning program there. They have a ton of guests that are appearing on the program this morning. So D-Life and they are out there, and we're going to link up with them, or at least we're going to attempt to. I think they're supposed to be organizing a link for us to get some. All right, so they're not ready yet. Brilliant. So by the time we finish with Mr. O'Brien Haynes in Barbados, who is sitting and ready, I guess, we will be able to go on over to the Antigua Recreation Ground, where some fellas sleep there last night. Well, this morning. Well, not really sleep. They just stay back. Yeah, some of them in bed yet. Dirty fellas. Dirty. They're dirty. 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 I gotta buy a rag for them. You understand? If they didn't get a rag in Melton Pot last night, we go buy a rag for them today. So they could scrub off they could scrub themselves proper now, boy. You know what I mean? But that's the kind of tempo we working with in Antigua, right? From one event to Breaking Dawn, and we got to do it all over again tomorrow too, you know, because straight from the Calypso, it's going to be straight on for the morning show tomorrow. Remember, we on tomorrow and Sunday. So we're doing this whole weekend into Carnival Monday, into Carnival Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday, the pot will start to bubble down and cool off, all right? And then we make our way out of Antigua and Barbuda and head back to Trinidad and Tobago. And when we head back to Trinidad and Tobago, guess what? In 20 days, we headed to New York for Labor Day. It does not stop, all right? And Miami is October. Oh, all right, we'll get the dates to that. All right, but Hayden, you know you and your Tesla, you know that is for transport, you know. I mean, yeah. Get yourself ready, Hayden. Charge up. Literally. All right, so I'll tell you what, we're gonna take a break. And when we come back from the break, we will go to Barbados with Mr. O'Brien Haynes, who is ready for us. And there is an event taking place there this morning. We will find out all about that. Stay tuned. More Breaking Dawn continues this Emancipation Day morning. Who knows when we will end? Maybe when I fall asleep live on the air. We'll be back.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? Apply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years of their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Ready to unlock your potential?
Welcome to Open Minds Education from preschool to high school. We bring expert tutoring right to your home 100%, with a stunning 450% growth in enrollment. We're transforming education with real results that open minds. It's more than grades, we're building future leaders with academic and life skills. Don't wait. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or register now at www.openminds.education.com.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Ready to unlock your potential? Welcome to Open Minds Education from preschool to high school. We bring expert tutoring right to your home 100%, with a stunning 450% growth in enrollment. We're transforming education with real results that open minds. It's more than grades, we're building future leaders with academic and life skills. Don't wait. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or register now at www.openminds.education.com.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
All right, people, so we're back on Breaking Down at 9 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. It is Emancipation morning. It is a holiday all over the Caribbean. And for those of you back home in Trinidad and Tobago, well, there's lots of activities. The whole Emancipation village, everything should be open this morning, as it has been open in the week here leading up to Emancipation Day. So if you're off to the Emancipation village, you know, just enjoy it. Enjoy the holiday, enjoy the long weekend. But, you know, while things are happening home, in the way that they usually happen around this time, it's very, very different here in Antigua and Barbuda. I would imagine it's very different in Barbados as well, because both of these carnivals, well, Antigua Carnival and Barbados Crop Over, takes place at the same time, right? So it's going to be very different. It's going to be different, you know, just a totally different atmosphere with all of the events that are taking place. We have a ton of events still to come over the weekend. And I understand that we have Mr. O'Brien Haynes with us, the General Manager of Synergy TV. He is in Barbados on the ground. He's ready to go. I understand they have an event to go to this morning. We'll find out about that Or I think some of them in the inner event and straight into another event. That real tempo. All right, so Obi, morning.
Morning. How you doing, my brother?
I good.
I want to say happy Emancipation to you and, of course, to all our viewers back home and, of course, the Caribbean, because the celebration is one that we as Caribbean people could really, join hands and get together on and understand. So it's one that's unique and significant. All right. Well, this morning before we started, we had some showers of blessings here, so I actually had to relocate. I didn't have to, but I decided I would use the balcony of my room because, of course, we are the spacious and luxurious abided by Accra hotel and spa. And now I told you yesterday has a jacuzzi on the balcony. If you're hearing how many background, it's because that's the jacuzzi bubbling. I'm not able to take it off. It runs automatically.
Okay.
All right. The view behind me, of course, is the view from my room. And it was a little overcast, as I said earlier on, but I'm seeing the sun starting to peek through. So it's healthy signs all around. All right. Now, we got to talk about what's been happening, because since we got here, it's been non-stop. I mean, non-stop activities and action, great food, and of course, inside of there, ample time to catch your breath and relax. And so much about Barbados allows you just to take a deep breath and slow down, take a deep breath and relax and enjoy yourself. That it really and truly takes it to the next level.
Right.
Yesterday, in the early half of yesterday, the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. had everybody from the media contingent go to what they call a cultural day. Now, this is one. But they have visitors from all over the world. We meet people from India, from Venezuela, from Germany, from all over. They have media practitioners, social media influencers, and other people involved in the business of getting information out. They all invited them here, and the activities, as I said before, that really gets you an opportunity of understanding Barbados intimately. So the cultural day was meant to be that, and it was a real tight presentation that included a number of activities that are inherent to Barbados. But like I said, some of them we're familiar with it, going from the Caribbean, so we know what it is about. All right. When they got there, we were greeted by a character that looked to me like a damn lorry with the voluptuous butt and the big boobs and that whole. I mean, that's a character taken out of slavery days, and both into present time, and along with things like peregrinated and those things. I mean, I'm using the Trinidad terminology, but I also recognize that here in Barbados they use different names for the very same characters. All right. So our host for that for the day was of course a lady representing that folklore character, and she took us through the pieces. We were in the t-shirt cutting, so we had the ability to kind of shred the t-shirt. We used to do that in Trinidad a long time ago. We do that t-shirt cut up and design situation, and over here it's been elevated. And when you get to Barbados, part of the cultural day presentation involves taking you through that whole situation. They also had the beading where, especially for the woman and them, they're making the stomach beads where they tie around the stomach. And kind of, when they have the belly outside and that kind of, so they build their own beads, all the intricate beads and stuff to put together. Our European clientele really enjoy that because that's a unique part of the things that they use, and it gave that kind of ethnic appeal. So it was very interesting. But that's on the ladies' side. The history of the Tok Tok band was also highlighted. Now, Tok Tok is one of the original and iconic Bajan musical tradition, and they gave us the history of it verbally, but they also gave us an opportunity to learn how to play the Tok Tok, join the band and the dancers and have an interactive session, and that was really intense as well. Some of our staff got a chance to also do stilt walking. We call Moko Jumbies, put them on stilts and stuff and walk. Well, they were actually able to do it physically, not just watch it being done, but practice it themselves, learn about the balance and how it's done. And they had this trick that said, most of them who've been doing it for a while can't stand still for in one position for less than 20 seconds. And so it was a learning exercise for everybody involved. And we capped off that cultural session with a cocktail mixing situation where you build your own cocktail. The the bartenders in Barbados all have this unique ability to be very creative with how they mix their drinks, and they wanted to see what the visitors bought. So they had a chance to just, it was competitive. You use your own items and what kind of rum you want, what kind of side mixers and all the other accoutrements. And then you built a cocktail. You name the cocktail. And then one of the seasoned bartenders tasted the cocktails and they graded first, second, third, fourth. Our Synergy representative actually came in fourth, which is quite given that I think it was either Amsterdam or one of the European areas actually won. But we came in fourth, which wasn't too bad, with something called Trini Lime.
Okay.
It was well done. So we had some fun yesterday afternoon. That ended about after 3 o'clock, and then we were able to kind of get a little breather, relax. And last night there was the lifted beach party. Now this was done at the lifted was done at the boatyard. Was the boatyard beach club? I think it's called Copacabana. I'm saying it right, Copacabana Beach Club, and there was it's a public fest, so it was huge attendance, traffic for hours. Just to get in line up to get in and stuff. Of course, BTMI always perfect host took care of us. We were able to get in seamlessly. We had our own little VIP area, right? Lots of performers and stuff. But last night was a movie. That ended. I mean, most people got back to the hotel just after midnight, and then at 4 o'clock this morning, the pickup was